that year's AGM will be conducted. There the audit report will be discussed and its term will be over. So conclusion of the annual general meeting. So in government company, why do I discuss first government company? Why? Because it is government company, we need to pay our respect. That is why. No, my logic is very simple. That whenever we are discussing these things, they just start using the story of 5 years, 10 years, all that rotation of auditor, whatever they've heard over there. But please understand, when it comes to government company, or term is just one AGM. Whether you will be reappointed or not, whether you will be reappointed or not, that depends upon the directions of Comptroller and Auditor General of India. So I want students to realize that here we don't have the story of 5 years, 10 years. Be careful. If you have studied properly at interest level, that won't be a problem. Okay. So over here, if at all this is asked only, then you are going to write this. If CNAG of India fails to appoint the auditor, then of course existing auditor shall continue, because company cannot be auditorless. Okay, what if existing auditor does not want to continue? If existing auditor does not want to continue, or he cannot continue, let us say. If existing auditor cannot be reappointed, cannot continue, then naturally it leads to casual vacancy, about which we will study under section 139 subsection 8 what to do about this. All right. So you have to just think accordingly over here. If at all this is asked, only then you are going to write. Otherwise, please don't write this. Not required at all. Okay. So please understand, we do not have story of 5 years, 10 years when it comes to government company. Don't talk about all that bullshit over here, because when it comes to government company, where there are very, very clear provisions. And when you start reading these provisions, you will realize that they clearly start with the discussion, notwithstanding anything contained above. That when you see the bare provisions, you will realize. So these are clear provisions for appointment of auditor in case of government company, and we do not mess up with them. All right. Okay. Just a minute. All right. So we are moving ahead with our discussion now. I don't think government company will be questioned, but if at all it is questioned, then fine. And I hope that you know the basics. Whenever I say that board of directors shall appoint, board of directors, sorry. I hope that you understand that means a board meeting will be called and a board resolution will be passed, not just the managing director. It has to be board of directors. All right, requiring a board resolution. I think these are some just basic items that I'm just discussing over here. All right, we move ahead now with our discussion. Appointment of auditor. I'm covering all the points. If you feel you're confident in some points, you can just fast forward it. Appointment of auditor. In case of non-government company, company other than government company, that is how we say. Okay. Then first auditor, subsequent auditor. Subsequent auditor is section 139 subsection 1, whereas first auditor is section 139 subsection 6. Okay. So when it comes to first auditor, who is going to appoint the auditor? Come on, tell me who is going to appoint the auditor in a non-government company, or forget about CAG now. Who is going to appoint the auditor? Of course, the board of directors. Board of directors shall appoint. Within how many days? Within 30 days from the date of registration of the company. अब यार ये ध्यान रखना, और students are writing is वैसे तो incorporation registration almost similar होता है, but what students are writing is please be careful. Don't just write any date of registration. Okay, please be careful. Okay, if board of directors BOD fails to appoint the auditor within the prescribed time limit. Then who is going to appoint? First, BOD shall inform the members. BOD shall inform the members. Then members shall appoint auditor, first auditor, at an extraordinary general meeting, which should happen within 90 days. Otherwise, the deadlines won't be, the deadlines won't be fulfilled, So this has to happen within 90 days from the board of directors failing to appoint the auditor. Otherwise, the deadlines won't be fulfilled over here. But you don't worry about that how about writing within 90 days exactly from which they just say the members of the company shall within 90 days at an extraordinary general meeting appoint auditor. The appointed auditor shall hold office till the conclusion of the first AGM. So term is equal to conclusion of the first AGM, first annual general meeting. Students, let me be very clear on this part. That up till now finance students, मैंने अभी तक जो भी discuss किया है वीडियो में, finance students mostly they don't face issues over here. So that is why I also went a little bit faster. But yes, we need to go slow when we are discussing section 139 subsection 1, subsequent auditor in case of a non-government company. What is the whole process? We need to understand every single line which is given, and we need to we need to make ourselves realize that we just can't write any bullshit in the exams. We have to be very clear on what you are writing, because this is their favorite for finals year. So okay, now look at this. Appointment of subsequent auditors in case of non-government company. Section 139 subsection 1 of Companies Act 2013 provides that every company shall at the first annual general meeting, okay, every company shall, so this is for all the companies who are other than government companies, shall at first annual general meeting appoint an individual or a firm as an auditor, who shall hold office from the conclusion of that meeting till the conclusion of its sixth meeting, and thereafter conclusion of every sixth meeting. So the meeting where you're getting appointed is counted as first meeting. So it's not 0 to 6, it's first to 6. So actually हुआ 5 years here. 5 years, but 5 AGMs. We don't use the word years continuously. Rotation का आंसर लिखते हो ठीक है. Otherwise, it's from first to 6. Then whenever you're getting appointed, count it as the conclusion of the first meeting, and then first to 6th ऐसा. So that is how they say it. होता one term is equal to 5 years only. But that is how they say it. अभी तक तो मैंने rotation का discussion ही start नहीं किया. Okay, so this is how we are going to write it also. That boss, every company shall at the first AGM appoint an individual or firm as an auditor of the company, as an auditor of the company. All right, then what is the term? What is the term? Of course, just to say it in short manner, it is, the term is 5 years. But if you want to be technically correct over here, then in that case, who shall hold office? Who shall hold office from conclusion of that meeting? Conclusion of that meeting till the conclusion of its is the company's 6th AGM. So company's first AGM to company's 6th AGM. So actually it is 5 years. From the conclusion of that meeting to the conclusion of its 6th annual general meeting, and thereafter till the conclusion of every 6th meeting. All right, that we have to see whether you can be reappointed or not, and rotation of auditor and stuff, that we are going to see all that. We will read. But naturally, Every company shall up at the first AGM. So naturally members are going to decide this, and this decision is going to be taken by the members via ordinary resolution. But yes, there is a whole process that we need to understand over here. There is a whole process that we need to understand over here कि exactly ये सब होता कैसे है. Understood this? So we need to read this with rules. That how audit ये stage तक आता कैसे है, that how auditor is selected, recommended, and how the resolutions are passed. We need to discuss all that. We need to read this with the rules. Then whether auditor can be reappointed or not. We need to discuss all of these with the rules. What if members of the company don't pass the resolution? Then what is going to happen? No, appoint ही नहीं करते तो the member who has been, the auditor who has been recommended, उसको appoint ही नहीं करते तो. So there are lots of good financial questions that can be asked. So be careful over here. Okay, so we have to be very, very careful. We start our discussion with the very first discussion. सबसे पहले तो ऑडिटर का रिकमेंडेशन मेंबर्स तक गया कैसे? सर अब मेंबर्स ने अपॉइंट नहीं किया तो ऑडिटर को, अरे दैट इज द नेक्स्ट डिस्कशन माय फ्रेंड. The very first discussion that I want to understand is Rule 3 of Company Audit and Auditors Rules 2014. That is the manner of selection of auditor and its recommendation to the members. The manner of selection of auditor and its recommendation to the members. This is an important discussion which needs to be done. But at financial level, this goes a little faster. This whole discussion depends upon applicability of Section 177 of Companies Act 2013. All right. So whether Section 177 is applicable to the company. We are talking about audit committee. I have given audit committee note separately. We have also discussed over there to whom Section 177 is applicable. You would have discussed that in company law also. Section 177 is applicable to the company. Or Section 177 is not applicable to the company. All right, students. If Section 177 is applicable to the company, इसका मतलब company को audit committee बनाना है. इसका मतलब company has to form an audit committee. तो यहाँ पे पूरा different story है. If Section 177 is not applicable to the company, then there is no audit committee. तो वहाँ पे different story है. So first, let us understand if Section 177 is not applicable to the company. Then in that case, Board of Directors shall recommend name of individual or firm to be appointed as an auditor to the members. But this is just recommendation. What members are going to do at the AGM, that depends upon them. Of course, whenever Board of Directors are recommending this name of individual or firm to be appointed as auditor, naturally, they need to consider the experience, qualification of the auditor. Basically, whether it is sufficient or proportionate, or to be very clear, commensurate, according to the size and requirements of the company. If Reliance Industries Limited is going to recommend Pragnesh, the proprietor, as an auditor, then everyone is going to laugh, not because I'm not talented. because I may not have that enough resource and bandwidth to audit even 2% of Reliance Industries Limited. So be careful. So they need to consider the experience and qualification of the auditor, whether it is commensurate according to the size of the company, and whether this auditor is capable to conduct audit of financial statements of this company. ऐसा थोड़ा लिखने का, don't just make it sound like a formula. Section 177 is not applicable. Board of Directors shall recommend name to the members. Bas, khalas. Nothing more is required. Speak only as much as necessary. No, in audit we have to speak a little bit more. That's the tragedy. Okay, so be careful. Section 177, if it is applicable to the company, we move ahead. If section 177 is applicable to the company, in that case, first audit committee shall recommend. अब ये लाइन समझ गया ना पूरा कैसे लिखने का? नेम ऑफ individual. First I used to write only in short like formula style, but then I realized students are just copying from the notes, not looking at the section only. Then थोड़ा notes को मैंने अभी detail बना दिया. But please, have a little bit of reading from the textbook. Audit committee shall recommend name of individual or firm to be appointed as an auditor of the company. To the members, no. Audit committee recommends to the board of directors. To the board of directors. Okay. Naturally, this line will also apply to audit committee, that they need to consider the experience qualification, of the auditor, whether it is commensurate with the size and requirements of the company. All right. Okay. So audit committee recommends name of individual or firm to be appointed as an auditor to the board of directors. Now there are two possibilities. Either BOD agrees to the recommendation or BOD disagrees. Okay. If BOD agrees, then in that case, BOD shall recommend. अभी समझ गया ना, name of individual or firm to be appointed as an auditor, to the members. All right. However, if BOD disagrees, with the recommendation of audit committee, then in that case, board of directors shall communicate reasons of disagreement. Board of directors shall communicate reasons of disagreement and its own recommendation. Agar yaar tumhara, why are you not agreeing with the audit committee? What is the problem? Okay, this is the problem. Then what is your recommendation? Then what do you think? Who should be appointed? Its own recommendation of individual or firm to be appointed as an auditor. Okay, to the audit committee. Fine. Now there are two possibilities. Either audit committee agrees or audit committee disagrees. If audit committee agrees, then fine, man. If audit committee agrees, then fine. Then in that case, board of directors shall recommend name of individual or firm to be appointed as an auditor, to the members. But if audit committee disagrees, so board of director also disagrees, board of directors are fixed on their recommendation, and audit committee also disagrees. Oh my God, Turula, now what to do? Audit committee also disagrees, board of directors also disagrees. Then in that case, final recommendation members को किसका जाएगा? Board of directors का कि audit committee का? Board of directors का. Board of directors shall recommend the name of individual or firm to be appointed as an auditor to the members of the company. ये सब AGM के पहले वो recommendation जाता है. But naturally then what is the use of audit committee? Most use है. ऐसा नहीं audit committee is useless. Be careful. So although BOD का recommendation जा रहा है to the members, but board of directors are answerable to the members. They need to explain why they have disagreed with the recommendations of audit committee. So board of directors need to provide an explanatory statement which shall contain the reasons of disagreement with audit committee. So we are going to have a lot of discussions over here. All right. Okay. Now, but before I move ahead, sir, अभी members ने उनको appoint नहीं किया, sir, members अगर ऐसा, sir, members, अरे wait, don't go to the AGM, don't jump to the AGM. ये story, what we have studied now, is completely what happens before the AGM. We are just on one point over here. Then what is the manner of selection of auditor and its recommendation? We are studying this Rule 3 of CII 2014 read with Section 139, subsection 11 of Companies Act 2013. Because in Section 139, subsection 11 of Companies Act 2013, they have said that audit committee shall recommend the name of auditor, whenever the auditor is appointed, whether it be first auditor, subsequent auditor. First auditor में तो audit committee शायद ना हो. The appointment of auditor, including filling up of all casual vacancies, everywhere audit committee has a recommendation. Naturally, that is not applicable for a government company. Government company में audit committee का recommendations are not applicable because over there it is the CAG who takes the decision. Sir, ये line कहाँ लिखा है? Government company में audit committee recommendation. I have written this line in my audit committee notes, which are given separately under the audit committee chapter. All right. So when it comes to government company, it is the CAG who is going to appoint the auditor. वहाँ पे this line is not applicable, even though that government company has an audit committee. All right. Okay. Now let us please understand. ये थोड़ा read बाद में करेंगे. We will read this later on. Okay. We want to first read. ये casual vacancy वगैरह नहीं है, ये सब question mark. That is the problem in the module. Proper sequence में जो sequence में बच्चों को जाएगा दिमाग में, that sequence they have not used. कभी भी किधर भी कुछ भी discussion डालती है. All right. Just a minute, बच्चा. हाँ देखो. ये to whom audit committee is applicable. That discussion, my sequence will be a little bit different, but we'll be covering the full module, don't worry. So to whom audit committee is applicable, ensure that you read this properly. All right. Okay. Anyways, I've given it in my audit committee notes. And now look at this. ये उनको पहले देना चाहिए था. They have discussed all rotation and everything, and then बाद में वो लोग audit committee का discussion कर रहे हैं. Students को sequence में बताना पड़ता है कि okay, now the first step is that first auditor को select करना है, right? फिर appoint होगा, फिर term खत्म होगा, then rotation and stuff. All right. So Rule 3 of CII 2014 prescribes the following manner and procedure of selection and appointment of auditor. फिर देखो कैसे start होता है. In case of a company that is required to constitute an audit committee under Section 177, the committee shall recommend to the board. And in case where such a committee is not required, the board shall take into consideration. But both of them have to ensure that they take into consideration qualification and experience, and whether it is commensurate with the size and requirements of the company. And then whenever they are recommending the name of auditor, they can ask auditor to provide some additional information to get more clarity about whether there are any pending proceedings against him, to provide some more information. The audit committee or the board, as the case may be, call for such other information from the proposed auditor. Because अभी ये कौन है? Proposed auditor. All right. Subject to the provisions of sub rule 1, where a company is required to constitute audit committee, the committee shall recommend the name of individual or a firm as an auditor to the board for consideration. And in other cases, the board shall consider and recommend an individual firm as auditor to the members in annual general meeting for appointment. All right. Okay. Then categories of companies. And then they have said who is the competent authority, common responsibility. वो ऊपर का जो discussion है ना table में डाल दिया. All right. So they have just put this in the table. All right. Okay. We move ahead. If the board agrees with the recommendations of audit committee, it shall further recommend the appointment of an individual firm as auditor to the members. If board disagrees, it shall refer back to the recommendation to the committee for reconsideration, citing reasons for such disagreement. If the audit committee, after considering the reasons given by the board, decides not to reconsider its original recommendation, the board shall record the reasons for its disagreement and send its own recommendation to the members. Oh my God. Okay. And if the board agrees with the recommendations of audit committee, then in that case, तो बहुत clear हो गया. Then in that case, they will just give it to the members. The auditor appointed in the AGM shall hold office from the conclusion of that meeting till the conclusion of sixth meeting. So that I think we have already discussed. ये तो खाली repeat हुआ. All right. अब बच्चों को दिमाग में ऐसे questions आते हैं that what if members want to appoint auditor who has been recommended by audit committee? मैं तो ना एक पूरा case study बना देता हूँ. That एक्चुअली मेंबर्स के पास किसका रिकमेंडेशन गया, बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स का कि ऑडिट कमेटी का? बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स का. सो लेट अस से इन दिस होल डिस्कशन बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स आर recommending ABC firm. Although this question has not been asked and I'm very shocked at why they have not asked this. But let us say audit committee का recommendation is PQR firm. अभी audit committee का जो auditor है he has not been officially recommended. So मैं PQR firm को proposed auditor नहीं बोल सकता. I cannot call PQR firm as proposed auditor. No. Because ABC firm technically is the proposed auditor. But I told you that board of directors have to record the reasons in writing. So जो notice गया to the members, let us say over there board of directors have given the reasons in writing that audit committee recommended PQR firm. However, we had our apprehensions about PQR firm and we have recommended ABC firm. पर members जब वो पढ़ते हैं, let us say members को लगता है नहीं यार, audit committee का recommendation ही आना चाहिए. But technically board of directors ने तो ABC firm को propose किया है. Then what to do? That is why I'm giving one chart. Please understand this chart can help you to solve case studies. It's not that this chart is given in any section or something. Okay. Various possibilities. In case of appointment of auditor. All right. So let us say that I just say keep saving this PDF so that if system hangs, there is no problem. Let us say that board of directors have recommended name of individual or firm proposed to be appointed as an auditor of the company to the members. So a recommendation kar diya to the members. All right. So I'm going to call this individual firm who has been proposed. I'm going to call this person as the proposed auditor. All right. Students, are you in your common sense? Final say students. Are you in your common sense? This is for subsequent auditor के लिए सब चल रहा है. Can I say company का already एक first auditor होगा? Let me call it as XYZ firm. अभी वो first auditor का term खत्म हो रहा है in this AGM. Conclusion of the AGM हो रहा है ना, first AGM का conclusion हो रहा है. Understood this? So ये जो XYZ firm है, I will call it as the retiring auditor. I will call it as the retiring auditor. Understood this? Okay. Now let us discuss about various scenarios. Individual firm which has been recommended by the board of directors. Let me call it as PQR firm. Okay. And let us say कि audit committee का recommendation was ABC firm. थोड़ा उल्टा किया, audit committee का recommendation was ABC firm. Board of directors have recommended PQR firm. And the existing auditor, या तो first auditor या तो existing auditor, let us say subsequent auditor का भी term खत्म हुआ, then again this process is followed. So let us say that existing auditor, the first auditor, let us say XYZ firm, and in this AGM, this auditor is going to retire. So that is why XYZ firm is just looking at the show, is the retiring auditor. All right. So we are now discussing proper case study which can be asked at CA final level. Be careful. Let us say that members appoint the proposed auditor. So balle balle, balle balle. If members appoint the proposed auditor, then there is no issue, no man. No issue at all. Understood this? Okay. So XYZ firm, your term got over. Now PQR firm is getting appointed and got appointed. Not an issue at all. Of course, with an ordinary resolution, these decisions are taken. But let us say, let me create this situation that proposed auditor withdraws his consent before the AGM. Or let us say there is death of proposed auditor. ये proposed auditor को PA लिख रहा हूँ यार मैं. There is a death of proposed auditor. Or let us say due to some reason proposed auditor cannot be appointed. अगर ऐसा हो रहा है, then what to do? Wait, I'll discuss what to do. Sir, casual vacancy, casual. No. Immature people. No. Okay, we will discuss about it. Let us say members do not appoint the proposed auditor. That means they fail to pass the resolution. Sir, because they appointed audit committee auditor. No. They did not appoint only the proposed auditor. कोई steps ही नहीं लिया उन्होंने. They just did not pass the resolution. They just did not appoint the auditor. कोई steps ही नहीं लिया उन्होंने. No steps taken by them. Understood this? Okay. So AGM में ये resolution ही pass नहीं हुआ proposed auditor. So can I say that if you look at these two reasons, the outcome is the same. If you look at these two scenarios, the outcome is the same. What is the outcome? That whatever happened, but इतना clear है that proposed auditor could not be appointed at the annual general meeting. Proposed auditor could not be appointed at the annual general meeting. Utna clear hai. Then what happens? Okay. Students, let me see where they have given this. इनका sequential discussion नहीं होता है. Wait, let me just pull up one discussion for you. Just a minute. I'll be very quick with that. All right, students. Look at this. Where at any annual general meeting, no auditor is appointed or reappointed, the existing auditor shall continue to be the auditor of the company. Oh. So, since proposed auditor could not be appointed at the AGM, existing auditor XYZ firm now comes into the picture. Come on, Dhoni, you are about to retire, but come on, you are still in the action. Existing auditor shall continue to be the auditor of the company. And I know you have doubts. Wait, man. So what if it's not a live session? I can just feel you to be the auditor of the company. God, the health is deteriorating here. Okay. One of the reason I'm not keeping cameras on also, my camera is now working fine, but I'm not at the best of my health, so I'm just focusing all my energies on my voice. Okay. Existing auditor shall continue to be the auditor of the company. Okay. What if, अब आता है students का doubt. If existing auditor also, if existing auditor cannot continue, there can be various reasons. Either he does not want to continue, or let us say उसका term ही खत्म हो गया as per rotation of auditors. उसका term ही खत्म हो गया as per rotation of auditors. Term has expired. Understood this? So if existing auditor cannot continue due to any reason, then in that case, bacha, it leads to casual vacancy under section 139 subsection 8. It leads to casual vacancy under section 139 subsection 8. इसलिए बच्चा आपको पता है casual vacancy ये word defined नहीं है under the law, because casual vacancy is any unusual vacancy which takes place, man. Any unusual vacancy which takes place, what to do? Understood this? So please be careful. It leads to casual vacancy under section 139 subsection 8. Then how auditor will be appointed, which we discuss in 139.8. But naturally, then board of directors appoint auditor for 1 year, appoint some another auditor for 1 year. Okay. But sir, आपने जो केस बोला जहां पे members want to appoint ABC firm. Okay, tell me students, is ABC firm the existing auditor? No. Is ABC firm the proposed auditor? No. अच्छा बेटा एक बात बताओ. That means when members decide that they want to appoint ABC firm, means they want to basically appoint an auditor of their own choice, who is neither the proposed auditor nor the retiring auditor. इसका मतलब do you understand कि जैसे ही members ये decision लेते हैं, इसका मतलब they have decided one thing, that at least XYZ firm should not get reappointed. अरे सर ये नहीं समझा. अरे बेटा देखो, अगर लेट अस से इफ मेंबर्स को सिर्फ PQR फर्म से प्रॉब्लम है तो ठीक है, डोंट अपॉइंट PQR फर्म. Then automatically what happens? Existing auditor shall continue. If existing auditor cannot continue, it leads to casual vacancy. But when members want to decide that they want to appoint some another auditor, that means they have decided कि भाई PQR firm को तो appoint नहीं करना है, and we don't want even the retiring auditor, that is the existing auditor, to continue. We don't want even that person to continue. Oh, ये सब तो मैं इंटर सी लेवल पे भी सिखा देता हूँ. Focus over here. So if members want to appoint another auditor, that means इतना क्लियर है, इतना उनको क्लियर है, they don't want retiring auditor to be reappointed. You're getting the language? Because if they just have the problem with the proposed auditor, then they can just reject the proposed auditor and automatically existing auditor gets reappointed. But जब आपको ABC firm appoint करना है, मतलब आपको आपके एक choice auditor appoint करना है जो ना proposed auditor है ना retiring auditor. Oh, then in that case they need to follow the procedure under section 140 subsection 4. I will discuss about the students. मेरे को profession ethics वगैरह बहुत कुछ discuss करना है इधर. They need to follow the procedure under section 140 subsection 4. But this I'm going to discuss along with the topic of removal of auditor, not with the topic of appointment of auditor. Oh. Focus over here. Focus over here. Focus over here. और खाली 6-7 दिन कोरोना ना होना तो भी बहुत है. All right. We are talking about non-government company subsequent auditor, section 139 subsection 1. Every company shall at the first AGM appoint an individual or firm, no, as an auditor of the company. Oh, but ये auditor recommend कैसे होता है, पूरा selection कैसे होता है? Rule 3 read with section 139 subsection 11. Oh, ये clear. Okay, focus over here. Then अभी लेटेस्ट से AGM में इधर अपॉइंटमेंट होने वाला है. हाँ, ये अपॉइंटमेंट होने वाला है AGM. ओके, तो अलग अलग पॉसिबिलिटीज क्या हो सकता है? My teaching of the company audit goes like a story. Various possibilities. Okay, members appoint the proposed auditor. Yeah, all of these different possibilities. Understood this? Okay. तो चलो, अभी लेटेस्ट से ऑडिटर अपॉइंट हो गया. Normally appoint हुआ by the members at the AGM. Understood this? So auditor who has been appointed by the members at the AGM. Understood this? His term is from the conclusion of that meeting to the conclusion of its 6th meeting, that is 5 years, but whether after the expiry of the term, मेरा पूरा सीक्वेंस में जाता है. After expiry of the term, can auditor be reappointed? Naturally, ये पूरा डिस्कशन हम कहाँ करने वाले हैं? This is nothing but the discussion of the topic of rotation of auditor. Section 139, subsection 2, subsection 3, and subsection 4. One of the most critical discussions and one of my favorites. I try to clear most of the concepts at inter-C level only. But again, inter-C level तो उतना maturity नहीं होता है बच्चों का, तो final CA students, this is going to be the ultimate discussion. And naturally, I have to break my video and put this in the next video. So I even want rotation of auditor to be a separate video. All right. So let us continue in the next video now.